We got Marvel Phase 5 happening. Make sure to smash if you're hyped.
Opening box
Let's
office
get into it.
In the rearview mirror, we can all start to get super hyped for the brand new slate reveals and announcements coming from Marvel Studios in the next couple of months. The first of which is less than 2 weeks away, coming at San Diego Comic-Con 2022 on Saturday, July 23rd. And over the weekend, while we're all seeing Thor.
Yo, I'm actually gonna try and stream that. If it's like really in 2 weeks, I'm gonna stream that.
We actually got the official details for when and what Marvel Studios will be announcing. We're breaking down those details and pointing out one in specific that, while part of the announcement but not made a major deal of, can actually give us quite an inkling as to what we can expect, especially from the Hall H live action announcement that's coming Saturday evening. We're breaking it all down in this, an unofficial San Diego Comic-Con 2022 Marvel Studios.
Yo, will we actually hear about the next Avenger movie? I really want to know.
Preview. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily
make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like. I got you, man. But we also got the Marvel, Black Panther Antman gotta happen, bro. Antman gotta happen. There are so many movies that are still yet to happen. When are we gonna get the next big Avenger movie?
We're getting 2 live presentations from Marvel Studios. The first of which will take place on Friday, July 22nd at 11:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and run for an hour and a half. So that's 1:45 if you're on the East Coast. Marvel Studios head of streaming, television, and animation, Brad Winderbaum, head of visual development, Ryan Mendering, and special guests dive into all things animation with exclusive looks at X-Men 97, Marvel Zombies, What If Season 2,
bro, Marvel Zombies?
More. The second panel will, of course, be the standard Hall H presentation.
I was not
aware. In person on Saturday night, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that's 8 p.m. if you're over on the East Coast, and reads Marvel Studios president and producer.
Dude, if we hear about the next Marvel movie, like the Avengers movie, that would be so lit. I'm gonna try and stream. Good time as well.
And special guests provide an inside look at the ever-expanding Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, the detail I want to point out between the 2 of these presentations is the fact that the Hall H presentation is only exactly 1 hour long. To compare that to, say, something like 2019 when they did that huge Phase 4 reveal, that was a 2-hour presentation from 5:15 to 7:15.
It got to be them announcing the next big Marvel movie, because like what else are they gonna do, right? They're coming out with Black Panther, they're gonna have Antman, they're also gonna have the new Miss Marvel, or not Miss Marvel, but you know, the Captain Marvel movie. But after that, I think it's the next big Avengers movie.
In that, and when Marvel Studios usually do these, a lot of you are probably already very familiar with their MO. They bring out the cast, they introduce the project, they'll show a clip, and then talk about it live and in person for a second. It's not just 5 minutes of an introduction of a project, it's about 10 or 15 minutes per. With only an hour at this live presentation, you have to assume that this is going to be a pared down version of what we normally get at Hall H. And that's only because Marvel Studios is going to turn around and do this exact same thing at their own presentation in D23 in September. This is what I expected, and because we already know that there are several projects that are far enough along in production or already wrapped on filming and in the barrel for Marvel Studios, it's almost assured 2 of the projects they're going to take time to introduce and show us will be first looks at She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever. These are not the sort of in-depth Marvel Phase 5 brand new Fantastic Four cast announcements that a lot of us have come to expect from a Hall H experience, and I only bring this up and point this out as a mega fan myself who wants us all to temper our expectations. Could they possibly introduce the Fantastic Four, talk about that project, show a first clip? Of course they could.
I don't know about
Studios. They know that this is an awesome place for the fandom, and that
yo, I really want to have a new big and good Hulk movie. We haven't, dude. Okay, listen, I don't think we actually had a Hulk movie ever at all after the first one back in 2009 or 10 or some bull squash like that, right?
I've done one of these in 3 years, and I would not say anything's off the table. Shoot, they might even introduce Wolverine, but being completely realistic and only seeing the length of the time for this panel, also knowing that we haven't gotten a first look at Wakanda Forever, and that's at least going to be a quarter of that panel, I would suspect that we need to temper our expectations just a little bit, and where there may be some major reveals during that weekend, we'll also get some of the major stuff coming in the following months at D23. Now, the other project that's rumored to have a first look at this panel, again, this is in rumor territory here, is Ant-Man Quantumania. It was rumored to screen internally at Disney Hero recently. Apparently showing the first look at the conference, no confirmation of that. The real question being, if they do show first looks at Quantumania or the trailer for Wakanda Forever, will Marvel Studios turn around and upload them to YouTube so we can all see them after they've had the first exclusive look at San Diego Comic-Con? And the answer is, honestly, a little bit of both. If you take the Star Wars celebration that just happened at Anaheim, where I was at, they showed some exclusive first looks of series and trailers, some of which made it onto the internet and immediately following whatever panel they were at. Some of them didn't at all. They were exclusive looks for live footage. So it may be a case where we won't get to see the clips they show, but the re-reporting of the event, recordings of Kevin Feige standing on stage doing the panels, those usually make their way onto YouTube in full. Unfortunately, I won't be out there for that.
I believe have they actually announced the Ant-Man release date or not yet?
My way to D23 in the following months, but they'll still make their way out there, and we'll have the full coverage of the panel. Marvel Studios generally will cover it at least on their social media as they're releasing brand new logos, making new casting announcements, and introducing brand brand new franchises, which there are a ton already so confirmed by industry insider editorials, including Captain America 4, which we covered just days ago. I'll make sure to link that.
Dude, imagine being in 2050, like, you know, 30 years later, and we might have like 200 movies, 20 billion TV shows to catch up for a new Marvel fan. That's gonna be crazy. But click on this video on the screen. We reacted to the ending and post-credit scenes of Thor. Click on it, and I will see you right there.